call us to order. It is 7:32. Welcome. So this is Rebecca's second meeting. Welcome, Rebecca. Robin, since you didn't get to introduce yourself to Rebecca when she was here before, do you want to say quick who you are and Rebecca can do the same?
So Robin Greenberg, I am an inaugural member of this committee, so the only one to be in person before. And, my background is I'm an architect and currently doing public school projects.
So I'm Rebecca Nurnberger. My first, I think, official meeting where I've completed all the paperwork. I live in Greenwood. I'm a nurse practitioner, working in public health, kind of community-based health for many years, but a longstanding interest in conservation and sustainability issues and some volunteering in that over the years as well. Yeah.
Well, welcome. Cool. All right. And welcome, Christina. Christina, Lily, if you at any point can't hear us well, just wave your hands or something. It's our first time doing this in the hybrid format, so figure it out. And we have a hard stop at 8:30 by real clock. That's not a real clock. That one is stopped at 8:04. But we have a hard stop at 8:30, so we'll try to keep things rolling. So our first thing is to approve minutes, and this is going to be a whirlwind of a whole bunch of minutes. I hope everyone is excited. First up would what?
So do we need everybody from the subcommittee to be present?
Yes, but the first two are non-subcommittees.
Yes, we'll start with the non-subcommittees and then we'll do whatever subcommittees have their people present. And if some roll over to next time, that's fine too.
And so I prepared, and by subcommittee, I have the roll call I need. So I can call their names if you want.
That would be fantastic. I have it too, but you are the clerk and I trust you to have that properly. So, hi, Anne.
Hello.
All right. So first would be October 7th.
All right, I motion to approve October 7th special meeting.
Second.
All right, so it's a roll call. So I have it in order by the logic I have. Deanna,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Robin, yes. Stefan, not there, not present. Christina,
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm supposed to be the one doing the roll call? Usually I do.
Yeah.
oh, I go to meetings, the clerk can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I empower you to do the roll.
Lillian,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so you're approving minutes that you didn't intend, but you're allowed to approve minutes you didn't intend.
Okay.
Or you can
Then yeah.
abstain. That is
You could choose to abstain too.
I'll abstain, I guess. Wasn't there.
Jen,
Abstain, I was not there.
Anne,
Yes.
no Kevin, no John.
October 7th was the special meeting, just so
Right.
everybody's aware.
That was the open meeting discussion. All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, we had 6, that passes. All right. I motion to approve October 10th meeting minutes.
Which meeting was
That was
your
meeting that you were
first.
at. Yeah.
Deanna,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Robin, yes. Stefan, not present. Christina,
Yes.
Lillian,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
Kevin not present, John not present. All right, that passes. All right. The next one is a climate action committee. I need,
Stefan's not here.
Yeah. Let's,
you need 2 to pass because it's a majority.
Great.
So I need a motion and a second.
I
This
motion,
is August 20th Climate Action Subcommittee.
I motion to approve the subcommittee meeting minutes. Second.
All right. All right, Melissa,
Yes.
not present. Stefan, Jen,
Yes.
that passes. All right, August 21st Green Business Subcommittee.
I motion to approve the minutes from the August 21st Green Business Subcommittee meeting.
Second.
All right, Tiana,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
passes. All right, September 26th, Community Engagement Subcommittee. I-
I motion to approve the minutes from the September 26th Community Engagement Subcommittee.
I second. Tiana,
Yes.
Robin, yes, passes. August 30th, Waste Reduction. It's a Melissa, Christina.
Lily?
Motion to approve
Oh, and-
the Waste Committee meeting minutes from, what was this, September?
September 30th, Waste.
September 30th.
A second.
All right. Melissa,
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
and is Christina still on, also on it?
Yes, I'm on it. And it's yes.
Awesome. That motion passes. Those are all the ones on the agenda.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Next is we're going to entertain a couple of statements that we could make in regards to some of the town meeting warrants. So as a reminder, in case you missed it, there is a town meeting. It's this Saturday. It is at 8 a.m. Bring coffee at the Galvin Middle School. It is from 8 a.m. until whenever it's done. There is free childcare, compliments of the Boys and Girls Club, but you need to sign up ahead of time, preferably online. All that being said, it's going to be an interesting meeting. I definitely recommend you make it if you can. So there are two warrant articles that I thought were relevant to us to discuss, and we can decide whether or not we want to make a statement about them. I drafted a statement for the purpose of not showing up with a blank slate and having to start from scratch. I drafted statements completely open to revision on each of those two articles. So I suggest we start with the solar. And let me share my screen. And first, I guess, Anne, is there more you would like to tell us about the solar?
I
Warner.
would, I have some updates. So the solar for the first year, if it goes through and we get it up, it will be $85,000 savings on the electric bill the first year, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
And the bill, I'm just looking, the bill for the electric bill for the Galvin is, I wish I'd, hold on one sec. Currently, the bill, I want to say. Well, I'll find it and tell you, but it was something that made my stomach sick when I saw the bill total. It was so crazy. So yeah, so we're hoping it goes through. It would be a great asset, I think. It's a great roof. There's very little shading on it. It would be, I want to say. Oh, the electric bill in FY 24 was $329,480. So the 85,000 would go a long way for that. It looks
That's
like
25%.
it looks like they're gonna put on, if it goes through, we would get 874 modulars, so solar panels would be able to fit on the roof, give or take. There's a few places we might have to modify, and you do need some walking room around so you can get to the air handlers and the air conditioning units and things on the roof, but pretty good. There'll be 5 inverters that will be on the outside of the building, and there's 440 optimizers, so which give more energy from each panel. So it's I think it's a pretty good project. The total dollars, so the project would cost approximately $1 million. So hold on one sec. So it would be 976, 400, bless you, $12. With ARPA funding, they're gonna kick in $204,000. Wakefield Municipal Gas and Light, who's been awesome during this process, is going to contribute $200,000. So that brings down the requested town meeting to 571,812. And then we can apply for federal tax credits, which we hope would be 30% of the project, which would be $292 and $292,800. So that's pretty awesome. And gas and light is going to kick in the transformer, some equipment, engineering study, which would cost 136. So to me, we're getting a lot of great money, great use. And I'm telling you, I've been on the roof up there. There is no trees. There are no, I mean, it's going to get all sun. So it's pretty amazing. And I do think like during the summer months, we may even be at a positive. We'll make more energy than it will cost us. Winter, not as much, but especially the first year. So if the project gets approved at town meeting, it would start in January, definitely be done by the 30th of June.
Okay.
And what is the percentage of consumption that the solar will cover?
Consumption of the bill,
The energy.
energy,
Energy
it will
consumption.
depend. It depends on the month, and then it will
But
depend.
like as an average over the year? You know?
Well, you said it was 85,000 that it would
Yeah,
save
we think it will.
out
it-
of 320-ish thousand
That's
total
just
bill.
dollars, though.
That's in dollars, yeah.
I don't know the energy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that may be a question that somebody asked at town meeting. So I don't know
Yes.
who's
I'm hoping
presenting on this.
I'm going to have to present, but I'm hoping the experts will, Wakefield Gas and Light and Select Energy will answer a lot of these questions.
Okay, yeah.
Will,
Oh,
gas
I
and
can
light
give
be-
you, I can give you the energy production.
Sure.
So 506, 864 kilowatts will be produced in the first year.
Jen, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna ask, is, gas and light gonna be there? So who's presenting?
I'm sadly the one presenting. I found out
Okay.
yesterday.
And will, is gas and light planning to be there to support?
Oh, I need the support, so they'll definitely be there. Dave,
Okay.
also will be there. And also Select Energy is the vendor who had the lowest bid, so they will also be there.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I talked with Mike McLean, town council about it, and I forgot the years, but he had the exact amount of years that projected the savings
Mhm.
that it would take to pay for it. I imagine he would speak, but I'm not sure, but he seemed like pretty positive for it. I don't know if anyone else spoke to him, but I could imagine him speaking.
So it looks
Yeah,
like,
what-
it looks
in
like year
favor.
5 would be the break even, but it does depend on all these factors, like if we get the tax credits,
Yeah,
you know. And then each year it gets a little less because the panels don't produce as much each year. So year 1, the savings would go,
Yeah.
was 86. It would go down a little the next year and, as we go out.
So what was the payback year?
5, year 5.
And the roof is in good shape, so there isn't a concern about needing to repair the roof sooner
So
than
we had
that timeframe.
we had a partial inspection. I mean, we had them come up and inspect it. We'll do another one before they start. Today, the structural engineer was there, 2 of them. And the roof was in good shape. We had 2 holes that we fixed while we were doing the inspection. The good news is if the solar panels do go on there, it will save some of the roof. Puts years onto the roof because it's covering it, people aren't walking on it. And that's a lot of panels, 874, I think I said. So it doesn't leave a lot of room for dancing in beach chairs, so it'd be good.
What are you guys doing over there, Anne?
That's where I am. If you want to find me, I'm on the roof there.
So I thought this one was interesting because there's no cost and there's no proposed method of paying. Like it says, borrowing or some other approach as the town decides.
Yeah, the warrant article is a
So
little.
it was confusing to me what we're giving permission to you to do, because we're not really like authorizing a budget amount or anything. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, so there is a budget amount, so the request for the town meeting would be $571,812.
Oh, okay, great. So that will be, okay, that clears that up. And will there be any proposal for how that gets funded? In other words, it said borrowing or some other approach to be determined or something like that.
Yeah, so that's above my pay grade.
Okay, I'm just curious. I mean, I
But
can see that.
I can certainly ask tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I'm certain they will have the answer on Saturday.
Yes, I could see that being asked, yeah, asked for more detail on those two items for sure.
Has FinCom done their review of it? And is that known?
I don't know if it's been to FinCom, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I doubt it.
Why? They look at everything with money, usually at town meeting.
Yeah, but at this point, I haven't heard that they have. Maybe they have. I could
No.
set a quick.
It's 48 hours. It's
Find out Saturday morning.
So you said you had a suggested or a starting point of a statement?
But do they like do that thing where they like, and it's not like town meeting in the spring with the budget where they go favorable action,
Oh,
favorable
yeah.
action.
That,
They do that on this
I would-
one?
I
They'll
would-
do that.
well, I would
they'll-
anticipate there. That was my
Oh,
question.
interesting.
Typically, they do.
Do they
if
sit-
there's money involved in the.
Oh, even for the.
But
even
we're
for
not
the
in a
fall ones?
budget, are we in a budget review?
But if money's coming out of something, they tend to speak to it.
But is it going into like, we're not doing a capital budget review this town meeting, are we? So
No,
that's what's a little off, is we're not aligned with like a budget year. Like, I don't know which budget year we're talking about with this. I'm assuming would come in to April's vote, like we'd see it
Maybe
again,
26.
right, in April for 26.
Yeah.
no, because it has to be done by June of 25.
This is
So
what
this
I'm
is current
confused
fiscal
about.
year.
Yeah, this is what I'm confused about, because the budget has already been set for this year. And
Right, but there's capital expenditures that might have some. I don't
this is a
know.
pretty big one to say like, oh, we're just gonna find, so this is where
I guess the
think I'm
question is,
confused.
what
Yeah.
year are we planning to install?
January of
It's
25.
January.
Yeah, so this fiscal,
okay.
this current fiscal year.
But we've already approved this year's budget, so this is where I'm like, I'm not
They probably
sure,
wouldn't.
yeah.
They probably wouldn't speak to it.
Well, I mean, I think all of that is outside of our jurisdiction. I think where we can weigh in is whether we think generally solar on the middle school is a good idea. Oh man, magic, look at that, magic. So I've drafted a statement generally in that sort of vagary of, solar is a good idea. And would be delighted for feedback. We can literally red pen it here and then vote on whether we want to make this.
Or the proposal.
Yep.
Thank you.
And is it being presented by the town council or being presented by the DPW?
The warrant article, like, each warrant article says who
Yeah.
it's by the town council.
Okay.
Solar panels are a safe and effective means of generating. Solar just too general. Is that?
And is with the solar going on the roof, are they doing any dashboard that's visible to students?
Yes, they're hoping to have a monitor in the lobby, and then you can watch all the activity, what's going on. Right from
That
there.
speaks to the last sentence. Okay.
I thought you were gonna take out that green communities thing.
I think we said we would ask Anne, actually, is what.
Okay, well, yeah.
And in this draft statement, I mentioned the green communities designation because I thought that had something to do with energy for town buildings. But is the green communities just about making the buildings more energy efficient, or would this be in line with the?
No, absolutely, because in our green communities annual report, we report on the Broadway's 108 Broadway's 2 panels that have solar there. The absolutely.
But it's not part of the energy reduction plan.
It still reports in there, in the annual report.
If you want that phrased differently, then.
I mean, the town goal is to reduce energy use by 20% in 5 years.
This isn't reducing, it's just moving the energy from fossil fuels to solar.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it, yeah, I'm not sure. I need to go back and look at that one in more detail.
Yeah, I just don't think it really aligns with green communities. Green communities is energy reduction. It would align if we had like a climate goal, but we don't.
So green communities is just energy reduction and not transfer from fossil fuels.
Yeah, the MVP, what did you find in there that was related to that? Or like resilience?
Yeah, but and also fossil fuel reduction.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in the MVP.
So why aren't we saying that this is about fossil fuel? Reducing the fossil fuel as part of the statement.
Yeah, I would add that.
Where would you have that?
Lines of town goals as outlined to reduce fossil fuels.
Town's goals to reduce fossil fuels?
Yeah.
Or generation of fossil fuels? Or
Usage?
use.
Mhm.
And then, the third,
Or, maybe fossil fuel emissions.
I mean, someone should pull up the MVP real quick and check that it's.
the third line where it says means is generating clean electricity, comma, free of harmful emissions. So now that seems a little redundant. I would take that out.
We don't want to put the 5-year payoff in here, right? Just. That'll support the economically sound.
Yeah. And gas and lights, 2050 net zero energy.
Should it say Galvin school students? The next step, if we wanted to proceed, is that someone would have to make a motion. Right? Are we making it a formal statement?
Yes, someone would have to make a motion and then we would vote on making this statement.
Yeah, I'm just debating whether to change net zero energy to 100% renewable energy.
Mhm.
Or carbon-free energy, yeah. That's the last piece I'm looking up. Yeah, I think we should change it to 100% carbon-free energy. Net zero can be,
Gas and light department's goals of 100% carbon-free
Electricity,
electricity
correct.
city by 2050? Is that the, and provides, energy? Okay,
But also aligns with the goal of providing 100% carbon free. Repeating provides.
it also aligns with the goal and provides an educational opportunity.
So what you could do is to include the WMGLD goal in the previous sentence. You have out that, because that's covering the town goals or the goals, and break out the educational opportunity into a separate sentence, because you're kind of combining two things that aren't quite the same there.
Of red penning as a group. Yeah. So provides a path. Aligns with the town goals to and
And the, yeah,
the light department's goal providing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's better. It also provides. Yes. Very good.
This is the first article.
Oh,
Third.
Oh,
First one is
that's
Still
before,
budget related.
that's before the MBTA.
Just before the.
well, as listed.
There's gonna be a motion, there might be a motion to push that.
Things change orders.
All right, if anyone feels so compelled to make a motion.
I'm just double checking this language.
Nine accuracy.
100% non-carbon emitting resources by 2050, yes.
Common carbon emitting versus carbon free.
We can change it if you want to match this exactly. That's what it says. Massachusetts goal, I was just checking the exact language of 100% non-carbon emitting resources by 2050.
Non-carbon.
Yeah.
Emitting electricity or?
Yeah, it's electricity. Sorry, I was just trying to do that. Okay.
Right, I mean, so in the MVP, in the municipal vulnerability preparedness plan, there's stuff about this project reduces greenhouse gas emissions for buildings, transportation, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that one's. Okay.
Well, do we want to keep goals? Because it's aligning with the goals in that plan, right? Multiple goals.
Yeah, good.
All right, I motion to approve this statement as seen right now.
Second.
All right. Robin, are you ready for?
Yeah, I can do a roll call again.
Oh, I can do a roll call. Are you ready to capture it?
Yeah.
Okay. Robin,
Yes.
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Anne,
yes.
Christina,
Yes.
Lily. Lily?
Yes.
Ah, thank you. Tiana, yes. Approved. Thank you.
So is somebody going to read this at town meeting?
Somebody can. Would anybody like to? I will if no one else is clamoring to do it, but
I may not be there in time, depending on when this comes up. So I don't want to commit.
I could do it. Like, I could also speak, like, when it's under discussion, I could just do a little school.
maybe you save that and I'll.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you. And then the next one, if we would like to entertain it, is to make a statement about the MBTA zoning, which is in theory, the next one in the line of uh,
Ooh, I got
order. We'll see. This is very close to the similar statement that we made 7 months ago about the spring proposal about the MBTA zoning. I think I changed a couple of words, like the location of the majority of this district near Wakefield and Greenwood Station. Wakefield Center and Greenwood Station, because the prior statement, it was just by Wakefield. And I pluralized commuter rail stations. Otherwise, this is the statement as we made it last time. But very open to it being thoroughly red penned.
I don't think their intent is actually to increase density around the commuter rail. Their intent was to have something pass. Oh, well, the state intent is to be around POD. I do not feel that their current plan does that, but I support them having a plan that passes.
Yes, fair.
So I have some concern of saying. It implies that their intent that we see that they had this intent, and I don't see that.
I mean, we could remove the intent part.
Right, so I support
Increase
to
in-
increase density around the proximity train stations. Yes.
Or
Increase.
increase.
In density, increased.
Because I didn't see the meetings where they actually talked about parking. What are they offering for parking? So the last sentence, what?
1.5 spaces.
1/2, so the same, or was it 2 before? Was it one?
It's 1.5 before.
Right, and that was part of the statement that we made last time where we're not pleased that it hadn't been reduced farther than. What was that?
So I guess the last sentence in my mind doesn't speak to the current plan in some ways, so I feel like it's an opinion of a topic that's separate from the zoning. So
We could scrap it. I think we.
I'm curious what other people
I'm
think.
I agree, because if it hasn't done anything to change the per unit parking, I would scratch the last sentence.
I think we put it in
What would
last
the-
time as a,
What would
like,
the point?
we wish they had done even better.
Right,
Yeah. But again, we want this to pass.
right.
So. Yeah,
Scratch that
I was scratch the sentence.
Do we want to say anything about that? We think it's important that this pass because of grant funding?
I didn't see any information about grant funding. My big concern is they haven't talked about grant funding in the materials that I saw disseminated. Is it in the warrant itself?
It was in that packet, the
I didn't
info.
see it in the packet, so I don't, at the town.
Read it.
Okay, I didn't see it there. It said that it would be reviewed, what it said in the packet was it would be reviewed during the presentation at town meeting itself. That's why.
It's like that
That's
few pages that Jen, I'm assuming Jen McDonald created.
This thing, the like.
Yes. Info packet.
I can, hold on, I can share.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I think it would make sense to put a sentence in about grant funding,
But what?
about grants.
So if you haven't seen it, there's a 13-page document on the town website that is an info pack all about the thing. There is an info session tomorrow morning. Huh. First it talks about town meeting. about the law.
Yes, so under penalties.
Choice capital projects.
Yeah, eligible for funds from
Yeah.
those, yes.
And then the asterisk, if you go to the bottom, says the list of opportunities impacted is evolving. County participants will be presented with that information.
Yeah.
I think a sentence kind of alluding to that makes sense.
And then if you haven't seen it, gets into the map, which includes 3 zones here near Wakefield Center, 1 zone down by Greenwood, and
Audubon.
which I'd be remiss not to point out is located in our Wakefield 1 designated environmental justice community. I believe the way it is currently written, it's unlikely that anything additional gets built there, but I do wonder whether residents in that community were brought into the conversation in any way.
The height restriction I saw being proposed, so I don't know if it's the final version, actually would, if it only could have something built if that one building is not there. And a future building would have to be smaller than the building that stands today. So.
Go back to the statement.
Wish to ensure that the town of Wakefield does not lose access to blah grant funding. So I got 3 or 4.
I think you'd have to say just grant funding because they aren't
Yeah.
listing it, yeah.
Sure, grant funding.
Yeah.
State grant funding.
To non-compliance with the.
Yeah, and that's how you would lose it, yeah. And is it being put forth by the town council? Because wouldn't it have had to go through,
There,
or zoning?
That committee. Yes.
Who's listed on the warrant? Town council or zoning
There's.
or planning?
but it's in the committee.
The committee is only members of the town council,
Yeah.
but,
Per the warrant, it says town council.
okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the info package? I'm curious. Did they give you the statistics of where the units were? The number of units per sector?
They have a list of all the addresses at the end.
No, just the quantity. So we say a statement of the majority. So the Audubon parcel is significant. So I don't know how it all shakes out. The presentations I had seen had a breakout. So I'm just curious if,
Scrolls and then scrolls over there.
delay.
It's, you would have to add, I mean, if you're looking for a count of the parcels.
Well, because the statement said the majority of near the centers. I just, is that really true?
Large portion.
It might be. It was significant. What was the meeting I attended? Okay, proposed areas. So Audubon represents 418 units. Okay, so out of a total of assuming the boundaries didn't change. In October, it was a total of 1,722 units. They were proposing 418 would be at Audubon, so. Quarter, so majority is still within the center, okay.
Was Audubon in that package before? Or is that
What do you mean?
in the May or April town meeting?
We
It
did-
was not, right?
It was not presented as a parcel. Doing work in that vicinity was very early talks. We did talk about it.
Yeah.
But it didn't meet all our interest and focus, so.
So in all of these cases, so what would need to happen, for anything to happen, would be an existing building, because these are all existing parcels, right? There's stuff built on it, would have to be demolished and then rebuilt as something else.
Possibly, I don't know the parcels enough in Greenwood to know if you could add something to a parcel to add the units, because they are of a different density, but certainly the Foundry Street, there's one or two parcels that, would be, that aren't currently housing that would convert.
That don't have anything on them yet, is what you're
No,
saying.
they could have something on there. I'm just saying, so whether the building there gets retrofitted into housing or added to or something like that to be.
But it's all by right. I mean, it's
That's,
not-
well, this is the difference, right? Is,
Yeah.
is allowing them to do it by right, which is not an option now. Yeah, so of the parcels in October, of the zones, 876 units were on those parcels today. And by changing the zoning, they were allowed to go up to meeting the minimum.
Do we know the minimum?
This doesn't list the minimum, maybe another slide did, but they have talked about it because that was of interest on how much we exceeded or not exceeded it.
I mean, is this a minimum, because this was what was very confusing in April, is this a plan to meet the minimum and only the minimum?
That was that's what they went in as their intent was to.
April was above the minimum.
Yes, we exceeded. Well, we presented one of the options as a minimum, but it wasn't.
It was closer to the minimum. It's
Closer to
still,
the minimum,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, this slideshow doesn't list what the actual state has designated as what we have to achieve, so.
I will remind us that we have a hard stop in about 15 minutes, so.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm fast. Motion to approve this statement for this meeting warrant.
Second.
All right, Robin, are you ready for me to
Second.
call some roll?
Right, yep.
Robin,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
Tiana, yes. So stated, we will get those on, help me get them on letterhead and we'll
Yep,
post
send
them.
them to me and I'll.
And then I would be happy to read them at the meeting, or if anyone would like to thank me for the opportunity, you can. All right, so let's do lightning round of updates on initiatives. So these are all just initiatives that may or may not be happening by individuals, and any initiative, someone is welcome to suggest a new one or take one to run with if you weren't running with it before, because we don't have subcommittees anymore. In case anyone missed that last meeting. Any updates on, so lightning round updates, school composting and food rescue?
We did, we're in the works of maybe buying a new refrigerator for the Walton School, because they have a very small mini fridge and benefit if we had a bigger fridge there for overflow. And
The PTO buying that?
we're buying, yes.
Oh, yeah, we didn't ask the PTO of Bolton if they wanted to buy it. Wakefield's PTO bought Woodville's PTO bought.
Yeah, Woodville, okay.
Last year.
So, I mean, I don't know if we want to ask them, but ESC has funds if we want to, I don't know.
And the Boys and Girls Club is going to start doing the pickup. So that helps.
Once a week.
Once a week, yeah. Other food rescue related stuff? How about any updates on multifamily recycling?
Fortunately, no.
Any updates on Repair Cafe?
I emailed,
Elena?
Elena. She didn't get back.
You contacted who?
Elena, who runs, repair cafes.
In Melrose.
Melrose one.
Yeah.
Any other waste reduction things?
We did Robin did an awesome job with pumpkin composting, filled up a truck.
Build a truck.
Yeah. Did everyone see the pictures of that very full truck of pumpkins? My arms were sore from tossing pumpkins. I don't
I
know.
warned you.
Yes, it was a lot. So those were some heavy pumpkins. Yes, we filled the truck. We didn't actually count, so we don't know how many pumpkins there were, but it was a truck full.
And Ann, everything go okay with or black compost? No, no concerns on their end?
Nope, they were very happy.
Okay. For folks who did not get their pumpkins picked up at the school and still have pumpkins, Stone Zoo tends to take them, as well as the Pierce Little, there's a third name, up in Newburyport. They have a few barn animals that also love pumpkins. So if you know folks that have squashes without anything on them, they'll accept them.
Ours get eaten by our squirrels, so they're gone.
You can also put one on top of your black earth compost bin. If you or a neighbor have pickup, they will take one per week. But it needs to be on top of your bin, not in it. Cool. All right. Awesome. Yes, that was very good. Good successful event. I think adding the Doyle was no problem.
No?
So I think we will do rinse and repeat next year. Any other education or community engagement events?
Do we have a date for the new resident 101?
No, we don't. And last year it was in November and I have seen nothing about it. I asked Jen McDonald, I think, and she said the library director is usually the person who makes the new resident 101 happen. And she would ping her. And I have heard nothing yet since.
Okay.
So it may be that at this point, it would be tabled to January to not conflict with like variety of holidays. But we'll plan to be there when we find out about it. And we had talked about doing a bat thing. We've now sort of missed Halloween. Is there still interest in getting a bat person to come teach us all about bats?
Well, that we learned that the library did another bat event, so.
We did a virtual.
Virtual one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't reached out again to the Zoom.
Do we want to like make that a thing that we want to have happen?
What would be the venue? Was there an idea or not yet?
It would probably be at the library, and an in-person, but not with live bats.
It was thinking of like the bees, as a way to, the value of the bat in the ecosystem and so forth. Maybe 2025.
Any updates on climate action or decarbonization road mapping?
I don't know if Anne has any updates on the roadmap.
No, last I talked to them, they were working on the report.
I feel like that's what you said a month ago.
I say it every month.
Bill's consultant.
And we don't have Stefan. I don't believe there are any green spaces updates unless anyone has any. And then Christina, do you want to share sort of your latest thinking on green business?
Yeah, so Tiana and we're the ones who are on the green business we're on the subcommittee. But we sort of talked about how we didn't really get to start the initiative that much. We kind of planned a lot of it beforehand. Didn't really get it off the ground at all just yet. But in terms of myself, I'm just not able to contribute the way that I had planned to. So we were thinking of maybe throwing it back out to the group if there's any other interest, or possibly just putting it on the back burner for now, with the work that we've done.
What exactly is the definition of the Green Business Initiative?
Well, so the intent was that we would have some ways that businesses could get more green, whether it's better recycling of the stuff they've got, energy efficiency programs, reducing their waste, composting, like any different thing that they could do. And we had a list of suggested things they could do in some different categories. And the idea was we would sort of advise them if they were stuck on like, well, we'd really love to recycle, but there's no bin near us. What do we do? No, we don't know how to get compostable serviceware for our takeout, that we could advise them. And then businesses that were participating, we could celebrate them with a window decal or promote them on the web page, or, something to celebrate that they were trying to be greener. They would get some free advice and some free promotion. And we had sort of a set of ideas, and that's about as far as we got. We were going to reach out and find some businesses to pilot it with. We wanted to try it with a small number of businesses to start with. And we have sort of stalled out, so.
WMGLD just went through its budget or capital budget process, and there's this bigger amount of budget allocated to C&I energy efficiency, commercial and industrial energy efficiency this year, and a bigger outreach on that. So that's ramping up.
That's good. That's good to hear.
And they have somebody that's now dedicated to individual outreach with business owners. So spending a little bit more time on that. So that's just kind of an update.
Okay, yeah, I mean, maybe we
Headed in
could,
that direction.
yeah. It might be worth, would it be worth having them come and talk at one of these meetings and share like ways that we could help with that? Or
Yeah, I can
if you want to pass along more information
pass
about.
along information, and yeah, let's talk afterwards and we can see maybe what
Cool,
collaboration would be.
awesome. All right, those are updates on initiatives. How about updates from our other members? School committee, Kevin.
There's no update. Just Pete Davis actually jumped for comments and talked about the solar panels. And so I was going to say that there's no other real thing on the agenda that links to this committee.
Was there any update on the anti-idling signs?
That's done. That they're
Passed.
voted to do it.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
they
good
voted.
news. I missed that.
Yeah, there was the fourth vote. Like we knew we had 3 votes, but there was like 1 vote that was like, and he voted yes. So
So that was passed by town council, right?
Yes. Yeah. I actually don't even know if they said what the vote count. I didn't look at the meeting.
I think it was
It was out of this 4-3, but
4-2. Or wait, how many are there?
so.
7.
It'd be 5-2,
Oh, it was 5-2. Oh, wow.
I believe so.
All right. Fantastic.
So then what happens now? Signs are just at the school or?
Signs should be they should be putting signs at the school saying no idling.
Per state law.
Every public school.
Yeah.
A lot of towns don't do it.
I've seen a lot of towns that do.
A lot of towns do. You're supposed to.
Yeah, but there's some that don't, for sure.
Rebecca, did you have a question?
I was gonna ask, how far is the perimeter around the school?
I don't know what the legal foot requirement
As
is.
someone
Yeah.
who's like a block away from the Greenwood School, and not, not in personal interest, but I obviously
Mhm.
observe
Yeah, I
much
don't-
idling in my neighborhood. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm sure we'll see. Yeah,
And it's a challenging one to enforce.
of course.
It's,
But even just having the signs to raise awareness about it.
Yeah, right. People's mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think once the signs go up, it'd be good to do a little bit of education, put it in the PTO newsletters.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I think done.
I don't know when they're putting them
There
on.
are some
Yeah.
resources for, I think, like the C, because I put a comment in. So I was kind of looking to see what's out there. And I think the CDC or someone had resources for schools about how to talk to the community about it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah.
Someone wants to use those.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is that people just get there like an hour early. I don't, yeah.
All right, moving through, we don't have any students at the moment. Spread the word. It was posted. that-
Nobody applied.
I haven't heard.
Oh, okay.
So I assume if folks had applied, we'd have
Yeah.
heard by now.
A
Student liaisons to the committee or from youth council. We have none of them currently.
Did you reach out to the principal? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, it has to go through the
It goes
town
to the
hall.
town, but we could ask them to promote it.
It's an appointment.
Yeah, but to like help get
Yeah,
someone.
yeah, the word can get out, but yeah.
I would like throw the principal a communication, like, hey, is there anyone interested? You reach out to the student body, you might have some kid that'd be interested. And then they would have to like contact.
Yep.
With 2 minutes remaining, and any other DPW updates besides solar?
I should have some information out the week before Thanksgiving about string lights. Looking to put the cardboard container back at town hall after Christmas. Because we expect if it stays like this, the pit will be open all year. But if if it's probably we think the second week of December it will close. So then we'll hopefully get the container down at town hall. We're still collecting glasses, eyeglasses, and cell phones at town hall also.
And you're gonna find out about the metal bin. You thought maybe there was some other non-metal stuff that can go in there?
Yes, we're working on a list of
Okay.
items because there's so many ones that you don't even think of that can go in there. It's amazing. So yeah, we're working on that. We'll get that out. We've been busy town meeting, Green Communities Annual Report. We have some lead service information going out. So November's been crazy. So hopefully we'll get that out December.
Will the metal container move with the cardboard container?
I don't believe it will.
Thank you, Anne.
Did you eat?
Any guess and like,
Yeah, WMGLD is holding an informational meeting on heat pumps installation on Wednesday, November 20th at 6:30. I'm looking for where. I just got a press release about it today. I will follow up with the where. I don't have that. I don't see it.
yeah, if you follow, we can post it on our
They did
Facebook.
one at the library before.
Yeah, it says you can participate via internet or phone. So I'm not sure that there's a physical location this time. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, we should promote that. Be good. Next meeting, December 12th. Here,
Let's do it again.
should we try this again?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be at a different, one of the other spots if they're available that we might be able to have till later than 8:30.
Yeah.
Would folks want to start earlier than 7:30 so that we are not quite as crunched for time? I mean, usually we aren't approving statements of red
Will
pending.
not be in attendance on the 12th.
I will not be either. I have a board meeting that night.
I just want to look at a different date.
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Well, we should do the date offline.
We'll do the date offline because we are out of time.
We have to roll call to close.
Yes, we do. We need someone motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Robin.
Oh, I had the last time. All right, yes.
Kevin.
Yes.
Ken. Rebecca.
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Anne.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Christina.
Yes.
Tiana. Yes. We are adjourned, 8:31.
Wow,
Just 1 minute late.
amazing.
Great meeting, everyone. Thank you for keeping it snappy. See you Saturday morning.